Let's talk about the misses of Battles of Legend, Terminal Revenge. Smash the like and crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So I'm just going to talk about Mindy Underworld Goddess to start here. Now, so many people, all I've read has just been extreme disappointment from not seeing the Light Fiend Link 2 in this set. And guys, we can still get this as an import to Battles of Legend. Actually, I think that's the thing I'm most intrigued with. Everybody's just like, they're crying their eyes out about this. And all I'm seeing from people on this subject matter is, we didn't get it. And honestly, I hope Konami doesn't port this card over right away. I would like to keep this out of the game because this is what unleashes the 100% full Fiend Smith combo. No, in the TCG, though, they'll release a different version of this card, which means, we could see something a little bit different come out of this. But from where I'm sitting right now, it could be ported in to the Infinite Forbidden set. I think it's fine. I understand that people wanted to know if we were getting it for Nats testing. And such an important card to not be tossed in this set, while they decided to port in other cards from V-Jump, definitely tells me I think they're either going to save it or they're going to port it in as a card in the next set. But hey, I know it stinks that, you can't test for the biggest event of the year, and that Konami just said, guys, don't worry. The card that warps the format right behind Phantom of Yubel's existence, we're just not going to tell you if you're getting it or not. What a miss. Honestly, I am super surprised by the fact that Konami chose to not port this in and instead wait down to that wire to tell the community about such an important card. Next up is, what in the world is going on with these missing Sky Striker cards? Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you here. I am not happy that we did not get Engage 0, the Link 4, and we did not get the, Engage 0, the Link 4, and that's, where are these cards? Like, oh, and we didn't get Carmelia either. Why in the fuck is Carmelia not ported into this set? Like, what are we doing here? Carmelia is literally the single most important Sky Striker card next to Engage 0 that we needed. Psychonos was good, but why are you holding this stuff back? Are you designing a later in the year set out here that we're just going to hold this? Because it doesn't make any sense that these weren't ported in here. Konami's got a very bad knack as of late, holding back these cards and going, hey guys, it was pretty much written. They're like, hey, you can get some Sky Striker cards. Here's an Alt Art Ray. Here's your Azalea Temperance, and here's Psychono. So I know that you need Engage 0. I know that you need, quite possibly, Carmelia as well. There's Link 2 that kind of helps your entire deck go. But don't worry, we're not going to port that over. Like, what in the world was the logical process to this? I don't get that. Why did we punt this? Like, you wonder why people lose faith in, Konami as a whole when they punt, hey, here's Sky Striker cards. Oh, we're finally getting the missing ones. No, it's the two that you knew were in Premium Pack. Just pat yourself on the back, man. It's okay. Maybe someday we'll be able to play the deck at a very reasonable and acceptable pace. Now, I do want to talk about Ukalonix, or the Fire King consort. I do think that this was a miss not being in this set, honestly, because this is the thing that helps honestly make Fire King into a viable deck, not being forced to rely on the Snake Eyes package. And I guess understandably that she herself has selling power, but my problem with that is, though, we can go back to the days of people can pick up 3 frickin' Fire King structure decks again and play the game with this card. You need to find a place that you can port her in before it's too late. That's my current problem with this card is, you know, the pure Fire King deck has a timer on its head, and, you know, it can kind of keep up with Fiend Smith as like a rogue contender, or at least in that window that it was floating around. It was a really cool deck, honestly. Being able to actually use Garunix in the way that it's kind of intended out here as like a combo piece extender for this deck is really, really cool. But we didn't pour it in here. You would have to put it into the Infinite Forbidden set in order to actually give us a reason to look at Consort as a card to be able to have it in the meta. If you don't release Consort anytime soon, you take away any TCG player's opportunity of wanting to play the deck. And I think just further as we go down the rabbit hole, that deck just spins further and further off into the void. But that was a pretty big one, honestly. I really hoped that there would be a chance to actually, you know, pick that up and do your thing. Speaking of misses out here, why was Elder not reprinted in here? We actually had Dinkatron get a key reprint, and actually the entire Infernoid squad, you know, got the chance to come in here. Actually, there's not a single card in Infernoid now that should be over like $1 after reprints looking at this stuff, doing this. I don't know. I just, not having Elder as a card in this set is going to propulsion it to an entirely different realm of existence. And that's not a good thing at all. You already know you've just created money here. And I feel so bad for the people that wanted to play Ritual Beast if they didn't pick up their Elders. Everybody went after Rimpingu when the one that they should have been going after was Elder all along. Really. And maybe next OTS in October? We also didn't get Ice Barrier cards. I believe Revealer Speaker wins over the Ice Barrier, and the Trishula, the Zero Dragon of the Ice Barrier. You chose to reprint every other structure deck underneath the sun out here. But the Ice Barrier stuff, just... I understand, like, you could have made maybe 1 to 2 reprints for this stuff, but I guess you're going to have to pick up some singles from this. This is also going to propulsion certain things in the Ice Barrier structure deck up to some levels that I don't think people really are going to want to spend. Alright, congratulations, Konami. You inadvertently decided to create some very interesting money cards off of this set, and that's not necessarily a good thing for the community. Can't wait to see random $5 cards for Ice Barriers over the next couple of days kind of unfold here. And the last thing I want to talk about here is going to be Nightmare Throne. Now, Nightmare Throne has already began its descent into Crazyville. And as of you watching this, the card will already have, you know, spun around. Now, why am I tossing this into the misses out here? I think a lot of people just played very ignorantly with Nightmare Throne. A lot of people knew that, you know, we could be getting Phantom, but the problem with all of this was people didn't want to believe it. And, you know, I kind of get it. You know, why buy a card for $40, you know, on a whim that we could get the card ported over? But it's too late now. The damage has actually been done to the secondary market for this, and it's not going to be recoverable. At this point in time, the splash package is... You've somehow managed to make Yubel into one of the most expensive decks in modern times because of Throne. That's all there really is to it. I gotta put it in a miss because people didn't want to listen and pick things up in advance, and now they're paying the price for it. But that's just a standard day in the realm of this game. So, there are a lot of misses with this set. There are a lot of things that should have been done better. But looking at this, I think that this pretty much tells us we're missing a lot of alt arts. I have a feeling our holiday set is going to knock a crap ton of this stuff out of the room. And I'm very curious to know what they're going to do about this, because those missing Sky Striker cards, Ukalonics, you know, we're missing Flame Tongue too. there's a lot of interesting stuff here that we're just like, where's this gonna go? So please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back the other day, guys.
Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.